So welcome, we're just going to give you a quick intro video into the new pumps that we've got here at Haygroves. So first of all, just in terms of prescribing, these are the protocols that we are using, and there's a few of them. They are all programmed into the pumps themselves automatically. One thing to note for the medical teams is make sure you tick all the relevant boxes, which include things like site, also the weight range as well. And for the nurses, just to make sure that that has been all prescribed. So these are all the protocols that we use, and we'll be going through them into the actual programming of the pumps now. So these are the pumps, and just to highlight that we've got some at St Michael's which are marked with STM. These only have our labour epidural programs, none of the other ones. Whereas we've also got some based at Haygroves which have got HGT on the side, and these have got both the epidural programs used up at St Michael's as well as all the other programs. So if we're running short up at St Michael's, they can be used from Haygroves, but they need to be returned as soon as possible. So in terms of setup, what we do is we get our bag and of drug, we spike it as normal, we attach the cassette which will be attached there, and then opening up the pump, we would then just need to load the cassette into the bottom, and that is done like this. So bag gets attached, and then just to be sure that when we clip it in, it needs to be at a slight angle with the hooks that are there, and then we just lock it in place. Perfect. And then lock the side of it, and then we've got the key that will then lock it into position. For those medical teams, the key will be kept in recovery only in Haygroves. Then we switch it on the side, make sure you press and hold, and you should hear it beep, and then it will start to load up. Once it's loaded up, then we would want to start a new patient, and then here we've got all of the protocols that are shown. So we've got epidural, paravertebral, peripheral nerve block, and intermittent bolus, as well as paravertebral and rectus sheath, which is used for esophagectomies. And then down at the bottom is where we've got our St Michael's maternity programs as well. So we're going to be using the paravertebral because that's the most common one that we're using at Haygroves. And then here we need to select the weight of the patient. So is it 50 kilos and above or below? And so we're going to pick over 50 kilos. And then it'll tell you what the drug infusion is. Please make sure you check to ensure that you're using the right bag mix as to what is programmed. Then we just press confirm and select, and then we give you the code. We will be giving you the code to use in person, and then it will just check to see if these are all correct, and we will press yes, and it's programming it in nicely for you, and it will ask you just to review the pump settings one more time, and then we say continuous rate, yes, reservoir volume, yes, and then we can press next. Now we need to prime it, so we press yes again, and it will ask you to disconnect the tubing from the patient, which we will make sure is done, and then we will prime it. These lines are slightly shorter or less volume than the ones at St Michael's, so usually about 3 mils is sufficient, but as always, check the end of the line to ensure that the fluid is coming out the end of it. Okay, this one has already been primed, hence why it's already coming out. And then once you're happy with it priming, we can say no for this example, and then we can start the pump. And now it will start to run, and when it's happening, just check to make sure that you haven't included the bottom of the line, so there's a little gap in the pump casing. Close it up, and then you can lock it away. Perfect. And now it is running, and you can see the little green man showing you that it is actually running.